Good morning, students. In today's English lecture, we are going to start from our unit number 1. The first poem of our English textbook is Where the Mind is Without Fear. The poem is written by Rabindranath Tagore, and this poem is taken from the book Gitanjali. Gitanjali means songs offering to God. Before moving further, we are going to see the background of this poem. The poem Where the Mind is Without Fear was written during the time of British in India. At that time, Indians had started believing that they would never be free. They were afraid. They lost their self-confidence as well as dignity also. Thus, their spirit had been entirely drained out of them. So, Tagore dreamed of a better tomorrow, and therefore, he reveals his own concept of freedom throughout the poem, where the mind is without fear. The poem is composed in very lucid language. The poem is in free verses, there is no rhyme scheme. So, see the first two lines, where the mind is without fear and the health is high, and where knowledge is free. In the very first line, the poet prays to the Almighty that his countrymen should be free from any fear of oppressions or forced compulsion. He wishes that everyone in his country has his held high in dignity. In other words, we can say, according to him, in truly free country, every person should be fearless and should have sense of self-dignity. In the second line, where the mind is without fear, the poet dreams of a nation where knowledge would be free. Education should not be restricted to the upper class only, but everybody should be allowed to acquire knowledge. Not only that, the children should learn freely from the nature and the world around them. They should not be forced memorize some predetermined lessons, and this is the Tagore's typical concept of education. Now the next two lines means the line number 3 and 4, where the world has not been broken up into fragments by narrow domestic walls. Here, poet want to tell means the poet is emphasize the unity of not only of his countrymen but also of the entire world. He thinks there should be no division among people based on their caste, creed, color, religion, or other baseless superstitions. In other words, we can say prejudices and superstition should not divide the people in groups and break their unity. Now we'll move further the line number 5th and 6th. In line 5th, where the mind is without fear, Tagore wants a nation where people are truthful. They should not be superficial, and words should come out from the depth of their hearts. Next line, the poet compares reason or logical thinking to a clear stream, and in the next line compares dead habits or superstitious beliefs to a dreary desert. He wants the stream of reason not to lose its way into desert of prejudices. In short, people's thought should be monitored by rational thinking, not by superstitions. Logic should rule over old, baseless beliefs. Again, the poet wants everyone to work hard to reach their goal and in the long run to reach perfection. He thinks they should not be tired by working, people should not be lazy and ignoring their work also. I will see the line number 9 till 11. In line 9 and 10, the poet wishes his countrymen to be progressive and broad-minded. He wants that their mind are led forward an ever widening thought, not only the thought but actions also by the Almighty. In short, we should be open minded and do something unusual or extraordinary, overcoming the narrowness of mind. In final lines of the poem, the poet addresses the God as Father. He asks him to awaken his country into such a heaven of freedom where the above condition means. To make it clear, the poet prays to the Almighty. Almighty here means Father. To raise or lift means here awake, his country to such heights where freedom would be realized of its best, means heaven of freedom. In turn, he is actually praying that God awakens his countrymen so that they come out from the darkness of ignorance, prejudices, disunity, and all other evils things also. Finally, in the poem, the poet's message is very clear. If all the people of nations are not wise enough to lead a happy and peaceful life, free from all evils, they cannot enjoy their freedom well. So, to the poet, only political freedom is not so important unless you are fearless, self-dignified, knowledgeable, truthful, hardworking, and broad-minded enough to enjoy it fully. Means here he would like India to be one's voice to be heard without having any tension or fear of compulsion. So this is the summary of the poem. Thank you.